Today I fucked up by not flushing a yellow jacket in the toilet, causing my guest to get stung in the balls. Today, to my horror, a yellow jacket got in my apartment. I got insanely lucky in that when I saw it, it was sitting on a magazine, at an easy height to trap. I thought fast, grabbed an empty glass, and slammed it on top of the thing, screaming internally and praying not to trigger its rage. I looked around very carefully but, thankfully, didn't see any others. Meanwhile it had started going berserk in the glass, so I worried the second I took the top off, it would fly out and exact revenge on me. However, just leaving it under the glass made me incredibly squeamish. I hate bugs. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to hear the staticky sound it was making. I just wanted it to be gone from my life and to pretend none of this had ever happened to me. I considered moving it to another room where I wouldn't have to look at it, but I kept catastrophizing situations where it got out. I could forget it was in there and pick the glass up, or someone could knock it over, or any number of things. So finally I, very carefully, picked up the glass and the magazine underneath it. I kicked my toilet open with my foot, and bam, I dropped the whole thing in there. Magazine, cup, all of it, and slammed the lid down as fast as I could. I didn't want to risk lifting the cup and letting the yellow jacket escape before I got it in the toilet. I had considered trying to shake up the cup until it died or became disoriented enough to be docile, but I couldn't escape the feeling that my dumbass would lose hold of the magazine and then the motherfucker would be loose and extremely agitated. I didn't flush, of course. Not with a whole ass magazine and a cup in the toilet. But my logic was eventually the yellow jacket would fall into the water and drown. So I'd open the toilet in a day or two. I've got a bathroom in my room and a guest bathroom, to fish out the items and flush the bug corpse. So I recovered from the heart attack for the most part and settled down to watch some TV. A while later a friend texted that he was in the neighborhood and could he come over. I said sure. We had a beer, watched some Olympics. This is a good friend, a close friend. Not the kind who asks if they can use the bathroom when they're visiting. So a while into the night he gets up. I don't think anything of it because we'd both been getting up periodically to grab snacks, plug our phones in, whatever else. Before I realized it, it was too late. I heard the door close and I started to call out, "Oh hey, you should actually use the other one," but he didn't hear me. All I heard was a strangled, "Oh huge." Then a crash. And then the door flies open. My buddy falls out, naked from the waist down, crawling backwards, screaming "What the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck!" exclamation mark and clutching his testicles. I had to control myself and tap into my more humane urges because with the knowledge that thing was now loose in my not very large apartment, all I wanted to do was leave. But I had to help my friend up. He was in serious pain. Then we had a real dilemma because he didn't want to put his balls away but we also wanted to get out of the apartment and go into the hall or outside, safe from the yellow jacket, which at that point was out for blood and could have been anywhere. My ability to remain calm in the crisis was not helped by the fact that he was attacking me the whole time. He thought whatever had just happened was some kind of fucked up prank, because there was random garbage floating in my toilet and he felt like he just had an electroshock to the dick. He was hitting me with his free hand and going, "Why was there a book in there? Seriously, what did you do? This really fucking hurts." And on. I told him, there was a bee in there. There was a yellow jacket in there. And his twisted mind jumped right to my having done it deliberately. So, half naked, and I'm assuming still in searing pain, he tackles me. He's yelling, "You sick fuck, why would you put a bee in there?" And all this other stuff. I was too horrified by trying to keep my friend's dick from touching me while simultaneously trying to locate the yellow jacket again. Finally we realized we'd seen it fly out of the bathroom, so it must not be in there, and we locked ourselves in and calmer heads prevailed enough for me to explain the whole pathetic situation. The yellow menace managed to get him in the neck as well, so he was subjected to an overwhelming amount of pain head to toe. But he wasn't allergic or anything so he was able to get home just fine. An added awful fucking bonus to this fuck up of mine, is that while I do know how to tell yellow jackets from hornets and hornets from honeybees and so forth, I didn't know they don't all leave stingers behind. And I was taught that if you're stung, the first thing to do is remove the stinger by any means necessary, to stop the transmission of venom. So I spent a good 10 to 15 minutes massaging my buddy's ball sack until we thought to Google what happens if I can't find/remove yellow jacket stinger, and learned that they rarely leave anything in the skin. So it was a painful and awkward night all around. The yellow jacket is still in my apartment somewhere. I fucked up the moment I didn't just kill the thing when I had the chance. Stay safe out there. Edit. TL, doctor, trapped a yellow jacket in a cup. Threw entire cup in the toilet to prevent risk of being stung, figuring it would eventually die. Forgot to tell a friend visiting. He opened the toilet lid and got stung in the balls. I then had to spend 10 minutes fondling him trying to pull out the stinger. Turns out yellow jackets don't leave stingers. I think you are supposed to suck the venom out like a snake bite. Rather a big difference between flushing a yellow jacket and flushing a yellow jacket. Although either may not end well, evidently. Until today I had no idea that Americans call wasps yellow jackets. Figured out pretty quickly the top was not talking about an actual jacket but had to Google what it was cause I was so damn confused. Is he okay now? I can only imagine the pain. He's alright, thanks for asking. He is in a shit ton of pain but put a call in with his GP's answering service who basically recommended home remedies or gutting it out. And obviously to watch for X, Y, and Z then come in if they occur. I've been worried so checking in on him and his last update was that he was going to try and sleep in hopes it's somewhat better in the AM. His girlfriend's over trying the home remedies out, so I'm happy to know he isn't having to cope alone at least. Fingers are crossed for a speedy recovery. If this isn't true, it's at least an entertaining story. A++ would get stung in the balls again. If it is true, I suppose you two now have a new relationship. Hey, you free tomorrow night? I'll bring the bee. I was too horrified by trying to keep my friend's dick from touching me. Spent a good 10 to 15 minutes massaging my buddy's ball sack. What happened to your resolve? There's needless dick contact and there's stop the transmission of poison dick contact. I sucked it up. The wording of this comment is my second fuck up of the day, but in the spirit of owning your fuck ups, I'll leave it. Today I fucked up by connecting with my uncle on 23andMe. I took my uncle out to dinner for his birthday. Now my uncle and I are pretty close, considering there is only a year's difference in our ages and I am older than him. We grew up more with a sibling/cousin relationship, even went to the same high school together. Because of this, we talk a lot of shit, roast each other, and whenever he is losing in an argument he has to throw out the trump card, yeah well I'm your uncle so have some respect. Anyway, we're a few margaritas deep when the shit talking and roasts are in full force. That's when he tells a joke about a family rumor that my mom, his half-sister, isn't really my grandpa's daughter. I hadn't heard that one and we both have a good laugh over how ridiculous that is. We had moved on to other subjects when I remembered that he and I had both used 23andMe to get our DNA analyzed. Let's connect. This is going to be hilarious, I said. So we did, and in all of 5 minutes everyone stopped laughing as the results came up that we share exactly 0 DNA. He got very emotional and said I ruined his birthday. Now we need to decide if and how to tell my 80-year-old grandpa that his oldest daughter has a different biological father and to tell my mother her dad isn't her bio dad. Happy birthday, Unc. Too long didn't read. I connected my uncle's account with mine and found out that we aren't blood related. Edit, since this is causing some confusion. To clarify, my mom is from my grandpa's first marriage and my uncle is from his second marriage. That's why the results show 0 DNA relation, because they thought they shared a common father except they don't. Be funny if your mom, his half-sister, was the real deal and he was adopted, love child with the neighbor. Trust we thought of that possibility, but my uncle and my grandpa are practically identical and my mom doesn't look like anyone else. His own fault for bringing it up, TBH. If I was told that I'd get interested to find out too. Seems like your grandma ruined his birthday, not you. There goes his trump card. My grandpa married my grandmother knowing she was pregnant with someone else's child. The rest of the family didn't find out until decades later. Today I fucked up by belonging in horny jail. So I matched with a cute woman on Tinder and right away she's into me and I'm into her. We share our snaps and continue the conversation there. Things start heating up and she suggests we masturbate together over video chat. I say sure, I've never done it before but I'll try it. So we're getting hot together and she then shows that she recorded it. My face with my dick in my hands. At this point I know I'm fucked. I have a relatively uncommon name and she found me on all of my socials. She then proceeded to threaten release of the video if I don't pay an exorbitant amount of money I don't have. I explain it as such and she says she doesn't care, so I reach out to my brother who might be able to help me out financially. When I tell him what's going on, we're close. He said don't pay. I wasn't doing anything illegal and chances that the video does get sent to all my Facebook friends and Twitter followers is actually somewhat small as long as I delete it before she can post. So I then deleted all of my socials as simultaneously as I could. This was an hour ago. I haven't gotten any texts from anyone asking about it yet, so my fingers are still crossed. Too long didn't read. Masturbated with a stranger and got blackmailed with it. Deleted my socials and didn't pay. Edit, I'm not going to do anything that might antagonize her. I just want nothing to come of it. Edit 2, no release of the video as of yet. I'm over 18, based in the US, and she claimed to be from one of the countries known for online scams. I'm not calling the cops either for fear of her actually releasing it. I'm not going to play hero. Edit 3, damn, all of you who have stated how much money was demanded from each of you is pocket change compared to what she asked for from me, which was between $2,500 and $10,000. I don't want to put the exact number just in case she sees this post. Edit 4, thank you/blatant conservative for re-enabling this post after the Reddit admins shadow banned me for an unknown reason. Getting unshadow banned is too much effort for a throwaway, so sorry I can't respond anymore. Edit 5, to those saying that this was probably a dude from Africa. It wasn't. It was a video call and she showed her recording of me via a separate phone on the call. Remember, don't show your face unless you trust the person you're sharing with. No face, no tattoos. This is a common extortion scam. They'll move on from you and on to someone else. If you give them money, they will continue to pester you for more. Do not give them money. She won't do shit. It's just a scare tactic. Exactly, she was looking for a quick payout. Going through all that work for no payout would just be a waste of time. Just play Disney music in the background so it'll get copyrighted. She posts it. I dunno. If all my friends think that I'm rubbing one out to the Little Mermaid, questions will be asked. To help deter myself from doing something similar, I got my SSN inked on my penis.